Hi there, Dead Ideal Boy here, back with another video on the channel. And before we get into today's video, I just want to take this opportunity to say a quick thank you to everybody who's watched the last video. It's done some absolutely incredible numbers, beyond my wildest imaginations for a channel the size of mine. So I can only say thank you so much. The last count, I think we were well over 17,000 views. It's just been amazing. Even bigger thank you to everybody who took the time to like and comment on the video, and the biggest thank you to everybody who hit the subscribe button off of the back of it. The numbers of subscribers has shot up, and it's just amazing. The 2,000 subscriber mark it's not just a dream, we're getting closer to it, so I can't say thank you enough. But I'm going to have to, because if I think about it too much, I'll get a little bit overwhelmed and I might start crying, and nobody wants to see that. No, they don't. Anyway, today's video, it's a video that I made off the back of a couple of absolutely fantastic races that we had with two of the biggest YouTubers that play Gran Turismo Sport. Gran Turismo 7, old habits. But yeah, Super GT, the first video, and the second race, which was an absolute banger against Rory Eerieisss. He was in that race, and we have a bit of an incident with him in the race, so yeah, worth watching. But hopefully you find it entertaining, and yeah, you keep supporting the channel by liking, commenting, hitting the subscribe button. You know you want to. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the action, and I'll see you all on the next one. So here we are, we find ourselves in the lobby, and look at that, name a more iconic duo, Super GT, Dead Ideal Boy. I'm sure you can think of thousands of more iconic duos, but yeah, don't think about them, just think about Super GT and Dead Ideal Boy, okay? Great. So yep, we're in the lobby with the great man himself, so I need to say something to him. He said, hello viewers, and well, there's only one reply you can give back to that, as you can see. So jumping straight into the action now, and here we go. You can see Super GT getting an unfair advantage right away. His car is automatically warming up its tyres, weaving about there, and we're just, strolling down the straight behind him. Clearly, the YouTuber perks for Super GT in this game are above and beyond anything we get in terms of an advantage, but we safely make it through the first corner, and I'll be very, very honest with you, I was an absolute nervous wreck during this entire race. When I saw Steve in the lobby, I couldn't actually believe it. I think I actually shouted to my wife, I'm about to have a race with Super GT. And even she got slightly excited for me, so that just kind of says it all, really, about my household. Anyway, so yeah, that was on my mind in terms of just nerves. Don't bin it, because if you've ever seen me live streaming or anything like that, I bin it a lot, because nerves do get to me in races, in big races. I'm okay when I'm just, playing about, not really bothered about the result, but when I want the result, yeah, I'll bin it from nowhere, you can guarantee that. So I'm absolutely delighted, to be honest with you, at this point in the race, that I've actually just kept with him for the first lap. I know he is not in the RCZ, which is the OP car at the moment, and he's decided to drive something that resembles the Titanic. We actually had a little joke about this, the fact, me and Steve, Super GT, we chatted about it on his video, and I kind of said this thing was like the Titanic, and Steve said except the Titanic had better understeer, or not as bad understeer, and yeah, I can appreciate where he's coming from. I mean, it was a big old lump of a car he was driving, and I had obviously it in front of me for this, this race, so it was difficult to actually see any way past, and that was part of the problem here. Although my car was undoubtedly better than his, actually getting up close enough without losing it, going through the corners in the dirty air, or you know, just being able to find a place to pass. It was a difficult job. You can see here we're doing a good job of keeping with him. That wasn't the problem here, but the width of that car and the power in it once he got it on, you know, once he got it pointing in the right direction, which to be fair to him was a challenge, but once he had it pointing in the, you know, forward in the right direction, getting past it was no easy task, because it's a big lump, but once it gets going in the straights, it's got a bit of power about it. You can see here coming out of the last corner, you know, he's got the run now. We're in the slipstream, but with a weaker slipstream, it's not helping us as much as it used to in GT Sport, and it's, you know, it's hard to get close because he's got, you know, plenty of power under the bonnet of that big old BMW. And also I was having to think about things like that happening, where somebody would just absolutely go for an, you know, epic send. I think that was just an accident, to be honest with you. I think he just got caught up in the moment, saw a chance to get on a YouTube video and took it. Fair play to him. Never to be seen again. RIP that guy. But we've got the German behind us, who I know is quick. We'd had a few races with him prior to this, and our pace was, you know, similar. I think he got the better of me a couple of times, and I might have got the better of him as well. So I did know that he was an obvious threat as well. You can see from the radar, I had him behind, and I really wanted to be, you know, the car chasing down Super GT. So I was having to defend as well as think about attacking. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm always really susceptible to being overtaken when I'm close to the car in front and thinking about going for a move. I become, you know, vulnerable. I leave the door open sometimes as I'm thinking about making the move in the car in front. And you'll see just here going into this corner that the German just gets his braking a little bit wrong and almost unintentionally sends it up the inside there, but he did apologise in the lobby afterwards because he didn't mean it, and he picked up a penalty, so that was really the end of his race. So by this point, Super GT was benefiting from this. You can see from the delta, it's crept up now, and he's got a little bit of breathing space. But by the time we were coming towards the close of the penultimate lap, I was right back on his tail again, and I'm thinking about winning this here. I'm actually thinking about, you know, this is a chance. I could win a race against Super GT. Maybe I'll feature on this video, who knows. But this was my opportunity. You don't get many of these opportunities because it's just your luck if you're in a lobby at the same time as the man himself. So here we go, we've got a chance. The second last lap, can we take it? We're going to go wide and we're going to try and make the run, but he covers it off a little bit there. We're going to try and get the cut back, but again, I mean, let's not make any mistakes here. He is a top class driver. He might be a YouTuber, but he is also very capable of mixing it in the top split of this game, as you can see from maybe his recent videos. So you know, defensively there, he was absolutely perfect, and you can see that he's got absolutely fantastic defensive skills. He's a very attacking driver, but I think his defensive skills sometimes go a little bit unnoticed because he knows exactly where to place that car. He can put it on the apex, even whilst he struggles with the actual pace of it and keeping it pointing in the right direction, but he still knows how to stick it on an apex and make it as big as possible, and that's exactly what you can see he's doing here. You know, I'm, you know, sticking as close as I can. You get the dirty air going around these corners, so you can't go too aggressive, or you could lose it coming out as you get the power down. But we're maybe going to have one more opportunity here coming up to the final lap, because we're very close now, and we can see there is possibly here as we're going to close right up on him, and hopefully we're going to get some you know, a little mistake out of him, but not to be. He absolutely nails it like a boss there, and look at the speed you know, he's got the power in the straight line. We know that we're not going to get a massive amount of advantage with the slipstream. We're going to close right up on him, but is it going to be enough? The line's just going to come, and it's, you know, maybe one more lap, who knows. I doubt it though. Steve was defending fantastically throughout that race, and there was only a tenth of a second in it after all that. But to be honest with you, like I said, I was absolutely delighted just to be in the same race, and have such a good close race with him. Now, this is my chance. I've got to say something funny to him. I've got to say something, haven't I? He's in the lobby. He's not left it yet. He's waiting on me saying something, surely. And yeah, look at this. Absolutely floored them with this comment. I mean, that's just comedy gold, isn't it? I mean, who else would have thought of such an absolutely hilarious thing to say to him? And he even gives me a laugh back. So I've made him laugh. I've given him a great race. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that for a little channel at Mines. But that was that, and we then went straight on to the next race, and we found ourselves in the next race up against Rory. You can see there, he's in P5, I'm in P3 starting this race. He was streaming at the time, so again, there was a lot of people watching. I think must have had close to 1,000 viewers, so I'm well aware of the fact that anything I do here is going to be probably micro-analysed by a lot of people, so we have to make sure we put on a good show and don't disgrace ourselves, you know, try and have a good battle, good race. We're up ahead of him, so I'm acutely aware that he is going to be trying to get a good result on stream. And yeah, it's all about me, whether or not I can handle the pressure, and as I've said, pressure is not my friend. I'm not one of these people who thrives under it. It's something I need to get better at, something I need to work on, and I think doing more racing online, making videos, that all helps. But yeah, I know a lot of you out there will also feel the pressure when it comes to actually jumping on sport mode and going up against other humans. It can be quite daunting, because you don't want to make mistakes, you don't want to crash into anybody, and that's maybe one of my biggest flaws, is that I'm sometimes so conscious of not ruining anybody else's race. I compromise my own race, maybe drive overly cautiously, don't maybe go for moves when I should. You can maybe see that from the last video against Super GT. Maybe I could have dive bombed a few times, but you know, we just didn't. We didn't want to be that guy. So sometimes it's just maybe a little bit about being overly cautious, and that can be to my detriment. But you can see from this race now, little bit of a disaster as we've picked up a 1 second penalty for when a pixel off the race, and you can see as we serve the penalty, yeah, our German friend actually tried to drive through me as I was a ghost, and he kind of semi-unghosted and he clipped the back end of me, so that very much compromised him, and Rory then got the run on us as he went flying past us, and we're going to lose another spot now to Gary, the Dutchman. So not great, but up ahead you can see Rory's having a little bit of trouble. He's made a bit of a mess of the Senna S's. The German is he's bailed out wide, so we've got rid of him unceremoniously. We've tucked right in behind Rory, so we've now got a real race in our hands. Like I said, this was live on stream. Rory's going for the move, we're going to follow him through. We get a little door bang there. Rory's went off the track, but then he loses it and he crashes into the side of us, and I don't know how my car didn't take more of an impact than it did, but we survived it, and yeah, it was pretty funny, because at first when I thought maybe I had done something wrong. That's my nature. I just immediately thought, oh no, I must have hit Rory there or something, but when I look back, it wasn't the case, and you can see we'll show you a little bit of the replay afterwards, so stick around and we'll analyse that for a few moments. Well, not for too long, but yeah, it was just one of those situations. Coming up to the line here though, I made a bit of a mistake. I went a little bit wide, and for some reason I opened the door to Gary and let him pip me at the line. I don't know why I didn't just stick to the wall. I think I was still thinking about the Rory incident and whether or not it was my fault in front of 1,000 viewers, but you can see here Rory loses it on the Senna S's here just after he had went past myself and the German. The German then gets a run. He kind of just drifts a little bit wide, not really sure what happened there, but Gary then gets a run on Rory. Rory's going to tuck back in. Rory, I don't know if he misses the braking point or he really wants to go for this move, but he has a look and then he goes for it, and we find the opportunity here, and for once my aggression paid off. But you can see Rory loses it there and flies across, and he ploughs me into the barrier, but not as badly as he does to Gary, the Dutchman. But yeah, that was the race against Rory. A much more incident-packed race, that one, but I'll leave you with that. I'll say thank you very much, and everybody, if you want to like, subscribe, hit the comments up, and yeah, we'll see you all on the next one for more, hopefully, good racing action. Goodbye for now.